Welcome to Piss Magazine, everybody. I'm
Welcome
Tanner.
back. I'm Seth.
We're talking over each other from the fucking start.
Here we go.
Dude, what do we got planned for this evening?
We are going to an IMAX event of Killers of the Flower Moon. We're going to do it.
Are you just going to let them make you call it an event?
It's an event, dude.
It's
for us, the Piss Magazine event of the evening.
That's true. There's a lot of these shows where we do go and we watch something afterwards.
Yeah, I'm wondering if we should have seen Oppenheimer in IMAX. I guess we still can. They're still showing it because it's not on Blu-ray till it's like November 21st or something like that.
Yeah, no, Barbie had some fucking hustle with their release. It's already out on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
And 4K. I don't know, man. It's weird. Like people, I actually don't know why people are still buying physical media. I actually don't. You're a big Criterion guy, but we're pretty late in the game.
Well, Criterion, I think the only thing is there's certain releases that I want the features for.
Yeah.
Right. The commentary track, or just stuff that didn't get on. Darjeeling Limited wasn't a popular movie, so all the behind the scenes stuff is coming from Wes Anderson, own personal collection. So it's cool to see that stuff, but I don't know, physical media is more, I think, would be in the realm for video games and stuff because of licensing and stuff. So that stuff gets there's a game that got taken down just because they just lost the music rights to it, so you can't buy the game, and it was an online exclusive.
Oh my god.
So
dude,
there's some things for physical media.
That's gonna screw up so many I think indie developers in everything, in every industry, just indie everything. Music people especially are super dumb about how they use samples, and getting that cleared and thinking it'll never be an issue. And it's oh man, this song's awesome. Can I use it in my movie? And now the movie's getting sued. Now they're hunting you down.
Yeah, there's Danny Brown, I think, on Atrocity Exhibition. Apparently, I think there's it was a number of tracks. I can't remember if it was a good amount of the whole album, but they couldn't get the licensing agreement going through.
Oh.
So they had to make their own version of the samples. So it didn't sound as good.
You know what's funny?
I wonder how that worked out.
That is Gnarls Barkley's, so that's CeeLo Green and DJ Danger Mouse. That's their go-to move.
It's just making their version of the sample.
Yeah, bring in studio musicians, which if you have, $1 million to do an album, great, do that. I don't think CeeLo Green is getting $1 million to do an album. But when CeeLo Green makes an album for $30,000, he gets session musicians to just do the trumpet part he thinks is cool. And it's it's easy enough to do that. I mean, you just whack that all out in a day.
Yeah, because he must be making some type of money. Because what is he making on was he on American Idol? What's the other one?
Oh,
The Voice.
If he's on primetime network television, he's making hundreds of thousands of dollars an episode.
Oh yeah, true.
That's so weird, dude. The divide there. It's if you're on cable television, if you're on Adult Swim, you're probably making, I don't know what, $9,000 an episode, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. There was someone, Rob Corddry, yeah, who made Children's Hospital. He was Stephen Colbert asked him, he's could you make a living doing Children's Hospital? And he was almost.
Yeah, it's probably almost there.
Yeah, it's so I don't know.
Especially because a lot of the time when you're trying to, what was the example? It's there's a certain director who took a job to do something basically to fund his other project that got him.
Oh, Taika Waititi?
Maybe, I can't remember.
There's a lot of people that do that strategy. The one for me, one for them, or one for them, one for me, and it works out. But then you get all this weird shit. You get kind of arty people directing some artier dude just did the Black Beetle, right? Isn't that?
No, the Blue Beetle.
The Blue Beetle, sorry.
Yeah, the Mexican Iron Man.
The Mexican Iron Man, which is rad in concept. Actually, Mexican Iron Man would be really funny.
Yeah, George Lopez is the dad.
It's
or Grandpa. I don't know what he's playing now.
Dude, Mexican Iron Man, that would be really funny. Just he's kind of poorly built. He's a little rusty.
has flames on the sides.
Hey guys, got here as fast as I could.
Hey man, hey Jarvis. No wait, what if it? Hey Jorge.
Yo. Ese.
Ese. I guess speaking of Mexicans, Killers of the Flower Moon. No, that's a terrible segue.
The Osage people have long been fans of the burrito. I don't know. That's
going to be the whole time in the theater. I'm going to have to stop myself from going, Tanner, that was a good scene.
It's a horrible thing to say after that. So, there was a time on Hinge after doing my Native American impression. I was talking to the woman who did the music for Killers of the Flower Moon. She's a very sweet woman, very very talented. Clearly did a great job.
Yeah.
Or I'll find out tonight. Maybe she's full of shit and she's awful.
She's a liar.
No, it's her.
No, I meant like.
But dude, can I tell you how annoying that was? Because it was like, she's like, yeah, no, I'm gonna go to con in a few weeks, or in a couple of weeks, and then I'm gonna blah blah blah. And I'm like, that's cool, and then I'll be back. And I was like, cool, let's get a drink before you go. Couldn't make it work. She gets like another job. She obviously Killers of the Flower Moon would get you more work. Like, of course, it's a Scorsese film and a great one apparently. So she's like, oh yeah, now I have to blah 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 blah, stay in Europe and blah blah blah.
So is she the one like picking tunes for it?
No, she like composed.
Oh shit!
She composed all of the original music for it.
They reused I Need Another Black Coffin, the Django Unchained, Rick Ross one.
Yeah. That's
in one of the like 30-second trailers for Killers of the Flower Moon. They're like trying to get people hyped for this movie.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I'm kind of excited to see they went out of their way to get a Native American person. I don't know if she's Osage. We didn't really get into race politics during our conversation on Hinge.
She's like, I know she's like from a tribe. I was watching a little bit about like, because there's some controversy. The problem is I couldn't keep watching what the issue was because immediately it's like, it's a spoiler. So if you're going to go see the movie, you can't watch this news segment. It's like, what? That's gay.
Well, there are just some movies like that where you can't watch any of the coverage because people want to talk about the details of the movie. And like, that's how, I mean, Scorsese's movies are like all these like details that like pay off and are really satisfying. And so you want to go in as blind as possible because you're never going to, if you don't go in blind, you're never going to have that feeling of the first time you see them cutting like garlic with a razor blade in Goodfellas. And you're like, whoa, dude. Like, or the desert shots in Casino. Like, those are amazing.
Did you rewatch Goodfellas recently?
No, but I saw Casino in the theater. Yeah. And so I've been thinking about Scorsese a lot because I've been I was really sad for like a week. I was bummed out, and I got through it by not watching Taxi Driver.
Yeah.
I was really proud of myself for. I vowed, I think, to just not watch it while I'm 26. I feel like that'll like click some Travis Bickle gears in my head.
Oh yeah.
And I'll be like, you know what, man? I'm just gonna be an Uber driver now.
I think like, isn't that what like the Equalizer 2? He's like a Lyft driver.
How far apart, man? Didn't the Equalizer original one come out in like 99?
No,
it's a dad movie.
Oh no, it's like an 80s movie, or like it's a show from like the 70s or 80s.
Oh, sick. So it's just one of those things that like Richard Roundtree was in, and then Denzel. They bring Denzel in to be the new Shaft.
Yeah, it's like 2014 was the first Equalizer.
Yeah, and
then the second one was. I don't remember the first two. I definitely remember this third one though.
Do you remember the first like badass like blaxploitation movie you saw?
Okay, to be fair, I think I had seen like a couple like on TV.
Sure. Oh, just like
whatever, flipping through channels as a kid. But a huge that kind of got me aware of it was something that was like mimicking it, which is Black Dynamite.
Yeah,
which I think
that got a lot of people.
Like, yeah,
woke up a lot of people, dude. Because like, I think without Black Dynamite, you don't get that Eddie Murphy Dolomite movie.
No, not at all. Which Dolomite is the best example.
Dolomite is just a really fun movie, and he's a great character. Rudy Ray Moore is a comedian from the late 60s throughout the 70s. He got $100,000 together as a road comic, which you're busting your ass making that kind of money. He puts $100,000 of his own money to fund this comedy he wrote and staffed with a bunch of just like non-union people who'd never worked on movies before. I don't even like, even the actors had never worked on movies. They were like very good. Like D'Urville Martin is like an award-winning theater actor, but they were like, hey, we're gonna yank you off the stage and you're gonna star in Dolomite, or you're gonna be the foil in Dolomite. And sorry man, my vapor's lung caught up with me. No, but so Dolomite goes on to make $12 million.
Yeah.
Like it made, and that was like it in its box office, its first run, $12 million. So he funded, I think, an additional 6 movies, a lot of which lost money because you can't keep Dolomite Fever going forever.
No.
But some of them are fun.
It probably became like, I don't know the history that well. It was probably like, it became like a midnight movie, I'm guessing, right?
I don't know if it ever.
Not.
It just at the time, it appealed to black audiences, and this was like not something that anyone gave a shit about. Like until someone pointed out that there was a market for it, and it was probably just some white guy. Well, no, Rudy Ray Moore actually he did set the example.
Yeah.
He was like, hey, black people want to go see movies. Black people like kung fu, so I'm gonna put kung fu in my movie. We like what I think. Oh God, don't hate me, Black America and the Black UK.
Please don't.
But it was like a prototype to rapping, toasting, like these like really like interesting like street poems that are just kind of like funny jokes. Like I put my finger in the dirt. Sorry, so I don't know. There's a bunch of funny fucking rhymes that he breaks into randomly. Like a lot of the movie Dolomite is Rudy Ray Moore walking up to people in parking lots, doing some part of his stand-up routine, and then kicking some guy, like just kicking somebody. Sometimes 2 guys.
2 guys at once. So is it like, because basically like, I think like I've seen Black Dynamite so many times, so it's like I think I tried watching Dolomite, or like Dolomite 3. Is Dolomite 3 with the devil?
Yeah, that's Petey Wheatstraw. Yeah, it is Dolomite 3. It goes.
It goes hard, doesn't it?
It really does.
Yeah.
No, they like shoot up a child's funeral.
Yeah. Oh my God.
It's really intense.
But like, cause like every time, like my favorite bit in Black Dynamite is the fucking when he throws the thing and like cuts off the guy's arm and the suitcase falls and he like jumps up. He goes, "Ha ha! I threw that shit before I walked in the room," and then like kicks the guy. And I remember that just like was amazing as a teenager to see. So like when I would see clips from like blaxploitation, I'm like, oh, it's emulating it like to a T.
Oh yeah, no, it's like Airplane, dude. It's Black Airplane, where it's just like you take something and shot for shot redo it, but add jokes.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, you know, that's why like fucking Scary Movie works. It's like you need a story to like hang the jokes on. It's like a fucking Christmas tree, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know, like
the complaint with Scary Movie, especially 2, is that there's stuff that has aged so badly because it was such a in the moment, like
referencing commercials.
Yeah, like no teenager today knows whatever Nike commercial is referenced in the movie.
Well, dude, even like you and I, like when we saw that shit in like high school or middle school, the jokes were like 10 years out of date.
Oh yeah.
Like so, like I'm sitting there, and I'm sitting there with my partner, and I'm having to explain all of these references, and we do not have like a very big age gap.
No.
Like it's like, but I literally feel like back in my day.
Yeah.
we called them trainers. Like that's what I feel like. I fucking feel like an old person.
Yeah.
But that's all parody content. Like the Airplane though works because the shit that the references are so low key that if you don't know what it's referencing, it doesn't like impact your viewing of the movie.
No, because it's still
like,
funny.
Like you've never seen a Hare Krishna at an airport, right? The guys that hand out flowers and chant.
But I know of like, because growing up religious, I know what like the example of that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in fucking Airplane, dude, like you watch that with younger people that have never seen Hare Krishnas chanting on the street. I've been lucky enough to see them in Boulder. Like shit. They just don't care. They're just like, oh, that's funny. Haha, he punched a guy. But it's like really funny if you know who the Hare Krishnas are. Like the references do make it a richer experience.
That's what I was thinking. Did you know, this is semi segue, but like, you know, Tom Cruise left Scientology?
Like officially?
Yeah.
Did he put out a statement?
Well, no, he didn't put out a statement, but it's like all hinted that he's left.
Do you think he's still going to use the tech?
I don't know, but my thing is like with all this stuff now of like those like the people handing out flowers and stuff, because it's like that can't happen anymore. Like, you know what I mean? People can just Google shit.
Yeah. Like
the mystery of it is kind of like, I don't know. It's not as like fun either to dig into that shit.
Wouldn't
anymore.
it be so cool to like actually stumble into a secret society? It's like, that's the thing. It's, you know why I don't join the Freemasons?
Yeah.
Because I can Google everything that a Freemason would possibly know, and it's probably accurate.
Yeah. Or, well,
Like,
because it's like what? Oh, cool. There's a 3-hour Wendigoon video about it that I could watch. It's like, it's not fun.
It's not fun.
It's not fun anymore. Nothing's fun. There's stuff I've never heard of that I'm like, not fun.
Well, I think we just came around on the other side of conspiracy theories. Like stuff felt very real, and reality felt very slippery after all of that Jeffrey Epstein shit came out.
Yeah.
And so I was willing to let my mind wander a little bit farther than I should have. And frankly, I'm just doubling back and being like, nah, that shit's stupid, dude. You think someone's in charge of this shit show?
Yeah, that's
Fuck
my
no.
thing. I'm like, no.
Fuck no.
I've been around too many hands recently. At like people who run like, you know, a store that runs, I don't know, north of $1 million a day, and it's like those people don't have their shit together. They're fucking literally just, you know, if he dies, he dies in some scenarios. I'm like, oh yeah, no, dude, nothing's being run properly. you think?
Well, no, it's just like...
Because do you really think so? I mean, like, the federal government probably doesn't know, like, some local stuff's going on in, like, some state, right?
No, I mean, that's the thing. Like, notice how much collaboration has to go on for, like, a federal agency and a state agency to communicate information. So, like...
And they're bickering with each other.
Yeah, constantly. So, it's like, there's bureaucracy, there's true limits. Like, basically, the government benefits from this paranoia that exists about them being able to track your every movement, when in all reality they're really incompetent, and we spend all of our money doing much cooler shit than like finding out like even like political terrorism. Like frankly, we create most of the terror plots that are foiled. Like, have you ever read that study?
Yeah.
Where it's just like the FBI will foil X amount of terror plots a year. Normally it's around 75, and they're domestic terror plots. But it was behind like literally like 68 out of those 75 in one particular year. And it's like, I don't know. That is a good way to deal with terrorism, is find people that are at risk for committing it and being like, hey, you want to do terrorism? We're already doing it over here.
Yeah, come join. Yeah.
And then you just can arrest that person before they build a bomb. It's honestly, you know what? A genius idea. That is so smart. You know, good on you, FBI.
Yeah.
Are they doing their job right now?
I think they are. I think as regulations, well, it was never really the FBI. It was the CIA that was like unregulated for years. And that I think like, I think people keep like always quoting their problems with the CIA with stuff going on in the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s.
Right.
But it's like ever since it got regulated, I'm pretty sure, was it Reagan who regulated it? I can't remember. But once it got regulated, I'm pretty sure they just are like, because the whole reason for 9/11 in a way was because the CIA and the FBI were not communicating with each other because they weren't wanting funding, more money for them. And so
I mean,
they basically could have stopped it because if they communicated with each other, which I'm like, why is that not a law that they have to communicate with each other?
Well, that's the thing. It's like there probably are joint task force. It's just they're probably already delegated to doing other tasks. It would be this never-ending thing where it would basically you would either have to have one mega agency, which would be stupid as fuck.
Yeah, because then control power always gets to one person, right?
Yeah, and I mean, you don't want that. Honestly, the plausible deniability we get from having one agency that does just domestic stuff and one that does only foreign stuff is like so slick.
Yeah.
It's like,
oh yeah,
like we can dissolve the CIA and basically retain all of its capabilities through the NSA. And if you don't think the FBI does stuff outside of the United States, you're fucking crazy. They clearly do.
Oh yeah, there's probably stuff and there's stuff you can look into, but like most of the time,
weird if
that stuff's on record nowadays. And I think there's more of a tension to be a whistleblower now.
Yeah.
And like those people like make books and they make movies on you now. So it's like if anything really juicy got to a person, it would come out.
Yeah.
That's why it's like the we didn't go to the moon theory does not really make sense.
Yeah.
Because there would have been like 60,000 people working on that. And you're telling me that like not 5 came out? Like, you know what I mean?
You tell people you teach people how to read these instruments, right? And then all they know is that when it says we got to the moon, they're like, it went to the moon. So they don't know shit from Shinola, man. Everyone's getting gaslit and hoodwinked. No, I'm kidding. I honestly, how hard is it to believe that we sent a piece of metal onto a rock that's far away? That's so, like, give yourself some credit, humanity. Like, holy shit. I know.
It's so weird that we want to, like, make stuff disingenuous. Do you think, but I think...
If you dedicated every...
Is it Interstellar that popularized it for the American culture? Because that was the first time my dad got...
Really into it?
Like, or, like, even knew that was a thought.
I think for me it was Mythbusters. The Mythbusters was and Penn and Teller bullshit. Both shows I encountered really young, like 11 to 13, and they were both like, "Hey, look at these wacky like moon hoax guys."
Yeah,
and then you eventually find someone that's like, "Hey, isn't it a little weird?" For me, it was the thing that made me like have to like do research about it and be like, "Did we go to the moon?" Was a video that Vox did.
Yeah,
VOX. Don't check them out. The annoying 2016 channel. But they just described how intricately this like shuttle like came apart and like spun around and then reconnected itself, and it had to do it twice. And I was like, how does that work? That sounds so complicated. And then I was also like, wait, how do you take off from the surface of the moon if there's no atmosphere? How does a rocket fire in space? That doesn't make any sense. That didn't make any sense to me. It still doesn't. And then NASA came out like fucking 3 years ago, and they were like, "Oh yeah, it turns out the atmosphere of Earth extends beyond the moon. Like there's a little bit of it."
That makes sense, though. Actually,
it doesn't.
Because
yeah.
if you look at like the radius of like stuff that hits the moon compared to hits Earth, right?
Yeah, dude, the moon takes a beating.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Did I misunderstand your point?
Well, I'm just saying because, like, it would make sense because, like, the way gravity is explained, because it's the problem is that people's thinking of this area that we pertain is like a trampoline, which, like, if you roll a bowling ball in the middle of a trampoline.
Yeah, I've seen that video of the fucking.
But the problem is that's happening while we're fucking rotating around a sun that's shooting through our galaxy.
Yeah.
And so once you have like that image in your head, your brain goes, oh, we're not just sitting still. We're like just going throughout the galaxy. That's why it's like time travel would be nearly impossible to calculate where Earth was at that specific time.
Yeah.
Because you're not going back in the same spot we are right now. You'd be going back to that spot in space where Earth was.
Do you hear what the wingnuts have to say about that, though?
What?
The quantum people. They're like, well, if you quantumly time traveled, you would be linked to that place and time.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't have to worry about that. It's miraculous how getting to the most complex part of how the universe works just becomes like really simple.
Yeah, I
just
know.
for them. I fucking hate that. I mean, I love
Like Brian Cox freaks me out.
what. So he's another like fake archaeology guy, right? He's like not an
he's the
archaeologist.
physicist.
He's a physicist. What does he talk about?
Mostly like black holes in space. Like if you ever see like his.
Oh yeah, he's a legit guy.
When Joe Rogan had him on, Joe Rogan's just like. Joe Rogan describes it's like, oh, I'm like a monkey compared to this guy. Like Brian Cox will try to dumb down something, and I'm even like, I can't wrap my brain around. But he gets it to the point where he can dumb it down. And when I can't understand his dumbed down version, I feel like a fucking retard.
I'm out there I don't know. I want to find those really out there scientists. Like there's a guy who's famous for one theory he had. It was a paper he published about wanting to nuke the moon. Like it just completely blow it up, obliterate it. He was like, this will end global warming.
Well, what was funny was he was connected. Was it the CIA?
I don't know if he was.
They were talking about it.
About nuking the moon?
Yeah, because Newt Gingrich. Yeah, there's a whole video. You could Congress this. So there was a bit on what's the show with David Cross, the comedy show.
Mr. Show?
Yeah, Mr. Show, where they're like, we will and can blow up the moon, and then it turned out that there was like this idea that like we were gonna just blow it up, and there was like a video of Newt Gingrich like in Congress talking about we should try this.
Why the fuck would we blow up the moon? The moon is our goalie, dude. Like, I mean, wait, is it dangerous having it up there? Like, what if something really big hits it, and then we have chunks of moon flying at us? That's how the moon was made. Just need something big to hit it. That's gonna suck. See, that's why I don't like space, dude. Like, space was the first thing I tried to ignore as a kid because it was creepy as shit. It's just like, oh yeah, it's big and it's empty. And like you're super small. It's like, what? That's stupid. Nah. The biggest thing in the universe should be the biggest thing I can see. Like a mountain. What are you looking for, man?
Nuking the moon. Because there's the bit, and I remember there was like a news story. It's like Newt Gingrich was in Congress.
I believe you.
I was trying to find it. It was like, I was looking at a news article. It's like, is Newt Gingrich moon plan stupid?
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Does it involve blowing up the moon?
Yeah. Is that it? What's worse, blowing up the moon or blowing up a hurricane with a nuke?
I don't know. Does the hurricane thing work? Because like nukes are pretty harmless if you do them away from stuff. I
know, but like, is the idea of Trump's idea of that was that like?
Oh, that's probably stupid. Yeah, I don't know if them.
But like he told like, genuinely, he asked his people like, what if we nuked it?
That's honestly.
Like it's funny.
That's
but
kind of a
terrifying.
sick. I mean, it's terrifying, but it's also a sick question because that gets passed right down to like, I don't know, the Army Corps of Engineers or somebody, and like they have to spend like man hours figuring out what would happen if you nuke a hurricane hypothetically, like running scenarios and shit. And honestly, I would if I was the president, I would ask too, just for my own curiosity. I'd be like, what would happen if we nuked it? Come on.
Because he said he was going to release alien stuff and then just never did. So I'm like, do you think they were like, listen, there's like, I think that there's probably like 2 scenarios that actually happen that the public might not be fully aware of. And then they're like, we really can't tell people about it.
Well, I have a shorter opinion, so I want to go first. I think that no one knows if aliens are real.
Yeah.
And it's actually like a big security boon to pretend like you might know something, so everyone pretends like they know something.
Yeah.
Like all governments claim to have some like weird alien artifact, and it's just like horseshit. But the government did come out and they released those 2 videos that were leaked like years before they officially released them of the weird things that the Navy pilots saw, and a report basically saying we don't know what UAPs are. They're just weird, and we have no clue what they are.
That's the new UFO.
Yeah. Word. Yeah. UA, unidentified aerial phenomena. But what do you think what are they hiding, Seth?
I don't think they're hiding. I think they probably found some type of like evidence and stuff, and maybe there's like, I don't know, maybe they think they found something, or I would guess more of like it's not as cool as people think it would be. I think it'd be like they got a germ on the moon or something stupid like that, where it's like it's technically a different life form that's not Earth based, right?
Yeah.
And so I think it'd be that, but like clearly there has to be some type of different life form out there, in not in our galaxy, but in any galaxy, right? Has another galaxy visited our galaxy? Like probably not.
Probably, yeah. No, that distance is huge. Like,
because the idea of like, could we invent something?
Yeah.
To travel through space, right?
Makes so much more sense.
Okay, so like, I think like, how many senses do we have? Like 9 or something?
It's near 20.
Yeah, so
it's like everything. It's like your ability to sense temperature, like your balance. Yeah.
So the idea of like, if there was a different type of creature that we can't see, that would be the only thing that I could think of, right?
Yeah.
Or like understand, because of like how we're made of water, right? So like the idea of like some type of like ghostly type being that like came from a gas planet that like formed in some weird way, that would be the only thing. But like, why would it travel to Earth? They described our part of it, like the universe, as kind of like the gutter.
Yeah, no, but I try to I think about that too sometimes, where it's like you could, I mean, we're just made out of like dirt and water, right? So there probably is some sort of either light, some sort of conscious form of light or conscious form of gas, like some like really complex system of vibrations, like we are. Ooh. And I don't know, like that could hypothetically, like that could exist and it would not break any rules.
Yeah.
That, as far as I understand it, like it would be really rad if you could have like lasers think, bro.
Yeah, I guess it, like, to me it's like, I don't know if we've ever been visited by the classic little green men, or the Greys or something, but maybe, I don't know. But that also like requires that, like, because wouldn't a local police find it first, and then the idea is that like black suits come in and like kill them or something? And so it's like it would be a lot of covering up before like Jim Bob knows, right? Or that's the whole Bob Lazar story, right?
Yeah. Well, no, and there's so many like clearance levels. We're at half an hour. There's so many like levels of clearance. Like 100,000 people in America have top secret security clearance.
Yeah.
So like, that's 100,000 people in America that can keep a secret. And then there's like really creepy ones that are completely unverifiable, and that's how people like Bob Lazar get away with like saying like horse shit. Like, or Phil Schneider more so. Phil Schneider's kind of the bigger shitbag.
I just know like of clips of Bob Lazar, but like his story seems more of like they were testing stuff that they found.
Yeah,
that's
where
his
the whole
claim. Theory of like Element 115 comes from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we've made Element 115 and it doesn't operate. He's like, oh, it's a specific isotope of it or something. But like, yeah, Element 115 is like really unstable. Like it exists for like less than like a fucking second. It's incapable of it.
Like, but do you think like, is it our time, like, because it's like the rapid of stuff that we've invented, I just don't see a possibility of us like getting something. What could we find on Earth to accelerate the speed of light?
Yeah.
We would have to go off planet, right? And that's never happening, right? Like,
yeah, well, basically our only method of introducing energy into a system seems to be making it really hot.
Yeah.
Like that's so like basically like if we could get anything, that's the thing. That's why we have to build like a mile long like fucking drag race circle for this shit. Mm-hmm. For like a single atom, because like otherwise like trying to teleport like, I don't know, a human being or like accelerate a human being beyond the speed of light like on Earth, like you could do it, but they'd be obliterated.
Yeah.
Like they would stop being human long before that process started.
Well, see, I think that's the thing. Like with aliens, it's like maybe if they came from a different galaxy, they had a type of element that could do that. But within our own realm of what we know from what we have, there's probably nothing we could ever do to travel like that. Because how we travel through space is just like give a push and you just go through gravity like that.
I think it would have to be like Dune. Like we'd have to find a drug.
Yeah.
That like literally like I don't know, just makes your consciousness non-local to your body. Like if they made a drug where you could like and not like in a hallucinatory state, but like literally your soul could leave your body and you could like astral project and fly around. That's the only way I see anyone traveling through deep space.
Yeah.
But until they invent a wonder drug, I don't know. We're not gonna get there, man. I don't think.
Our bodies can't even handle light speed, right?
Dude, has anyone dropped a? No, I know they can't. We'd literally be like torn apart. But like, sorry, what? You know those guys that signed up for that University of San Francisco test, where it was like we're gonna put you under DMT for like 5 hours.
Yeah.
Did any of those guys like
Alex Jones have a thing like, oh, there's people in our government doing that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, no, and there was not. I mean, there probably were people in our government doing it, but like, there's this government funded, or at one point government funded, agency called the Monroe Institute that we've talked about on American Death Camp that does do like drip DMT things, I think, but they mostly do like meditation tapes. Don't quote me on that, but I know for a fact the University of San Francisco.
My problem with that is the psychosis of people knowing about DMT, going in and not pretending, but tricking themselves into thinking they both saw the same thing, right?
I think that's 100% like a problem with it. Like you basically need to have people that haven't been well poisoned, because everything Terrence McKenna said about shrooms made it into my shroom trips. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, if you're given this visual stimuli or these feelings, and you have like a map to interpret it, like given to you by someone that told you what shrooms was like, or a certain drug was like, it's gonna completely influence your experience. So
you'd have to find like some fucking like no tribe fucking people and then just see what happens, right?
Yeah, you
separate them, right? And then like interview them individually.
Well, yeah, no, and then you would have to see, like, yeah, you would have to establish a way to see if you're actually communicating with something that's outside of your imagination or not.
Yeah.
So like, if two people who could talk to the same entity and communicate and pass information from one another through that entity, that would prove it for me. Aliens, if you want to prove yourself.
Sounds like we're trying to get ghosts in here with aliens.
Dude,
ghosts make no sense to me either.
Yeah, ghosts are a weird thing. I kind of, you don't want to like pick at believers. Like, it's not fun to pick on people.
No.
Really, like that. For me anyways. So I'm just kind of like, but I want to know why you think it works. How you think it works.
I think it's like they start off with a soul, so they already believe in a soul.
Yeah.
But then it's like, if you think about it, like, I know there's been more people on Earth than ever, right? But would you at least say there's been at least, I mean, I bet we could Google the number, how many humans in total have been living?
Oh, it's like 112 billion dead people.
Yeah.
Yeah. There'd be so many ghosts.
Somebody did like if you like tagged all of them together, it would like fill us, like it filled like a gigantic pocket. So it's like,
yeah,
you would be walking through. It's like, in Insidious.
Yeah.
But it would be like a crowd you'd have to like walk through. So you'd think that we would see something constantly.
Yeah, it's so like the weirder things, the cool ghost shit for me are the Marian apparitions.
Yeah.
Like when hundreds and thousands of people show up and they claim to all see the same ghost of. Or there's a really cool one called like Our Lady of Zoltron or some shit.
Okay.
And it happened in Spain, and it was like 120 days of like this like apparition of Mary, and there's like photos of it, and it totally looks like a lady.
Okay.
But like you're just I'm just kind of like, I don't know what the fuck that is. It's probably not a dead lady.
Yeah.
Certainly, it's probably not the mother of Jesus. But the Catholic Church signed off on it. They were like, yeah, Mother Zoltan, that's real. Like, the Catholic Church has people in charge of going out and saying which ghost stories are true.
They're funny. I remember, like, as a kid, they'd be like, with the spiritual experiences that these people went on when they went to other countries, they'd be like, look at the orbs. God was with us. And I was like, I remember being like, that's weird, right? Because that happened in a photo of me and my friends in a backyard. Like,
You're telling me those are angels?
You're telling me those are fucking spiritual things, right? I don't know. I think like people get caught up within. I think it's always religious based people who believe in more of that type of stuff.
Yeah. Well, definitely. And I don't know. Religion puts you in a certain pattern seeking mode where you're kind of like looking for God to talk to you through things, which is fine. But it's also like a really weird, random way to live your life. Like, it's one of the less concrete things that Christians do, like living by good moral standards. That's one thing, but being like, I was thinking about Katie, and then our song came on the radio, and then I just knew it was God talking through me, talking through the universe, and so I had to call her.
Yeah,
it's like I don't know. Sometimes I get romantic with the universe, and I'm like, yeah, that's how it works, baby.
Well, that happens all the time. So it's like, I remember as a kid, my dad's like, I just feel the need to call somebody. So he'd call like an old friend, and they're having a breakdown or a fight with their spouse. And it was like, we'd go over to their house and have some time. My dad's like praying with them while they're crying. I remember just like awkwardly walking past to go back to my friend's room with the PS2 in it. And I remember being like, but people really like need those moments. Like, it's like, oh my God, you like helped me in this moment. It's like, and they always resort that back. Oh, God was telling me to call you. And it's like, sometimes it's like, I don't know, you can kind of like, maybe you haven't talked to somebody in a while and they're just having a bad time.
Yeah.
And you call them at the right moment.
You could have called them anytime in the last 6 weeks and they would have been having a shit time.
Yeah.
Fair enough. But no, sometimes it does seem like really, fortuitous, or like, oh, this was meant to be. And that's a fun place to live.
Yeah.
In your fucking head, man.
Am I jealous of it sometimes? Kind of, in a way, right? 'Cause I'm like, those people seem happy.
Yeah, very happy.
I'm happy sometimes, but sometimes I get mad, especially at work.
It is kind of nice just to be like, God's plan.
Yeah, I know.
Like, throw your hands up.
But like, and it's like they actually believe that though.
Yeah, 100%.
Like when you tell them like that idea is stupid, they think you're stupid.
Yeah,
and it's like, ugh. That's when like I became an adult, when I was like, there's no point arguing with my dad anymore.
Yeah.
So I'd rather just hang out and watch movies with
100%. That's amazing advice, is don't argue with your aging parents. Like, there's going to be a point where you have to, like, you won't have the luxury of talking about casual things with them. So like, why waste that by trying to be like, Hillary like sacrifices babies, right?
Yeah.
You know that, right? Like, that's just
that was the recent thing with my dad, was the fucking with the 5G FEMA zombie virus. Yeah. I sent you the link.
Yeah. And were you like, so no, there's no 5G zombies, Dad?
I did it for 2 days, and I apologized to him, because that's not how you do it. You don't bully someone into thinking a different way. It was like, hey, I called him. I was like, hey, that was wrong of me, but like, how about we change what we're watching? He's like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
and that's a better way to approach it.
100%, and that's probably one of the best things you can do for your mindset. Just change what you're putting into your head, because like, inputs result in outputs. So like, if you just keep shoveling shit into your head, and you're not doing it to like process it into like something that's making fun of it.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna just like have a bunch of shit in your fucking head.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's why I'd rather, like, if I'm gonna engage with like conspiracy content or religious content, I think I'd rather just make fun of it now.
Yeah, that's make fun of it. And if something's interesting enough, right? But my problem is like, if the guy on Rumble with 20K views a video is like speaking the truth, it's like, it just, It's not. I'm like, ugh, fuck. I hope I'm not. That's my fear. It's going back into the rabbit hole.
Well,
when I get older,
it's just like you know the grift, like you know that like this is just a particular kind of showman that exists. It's like it's no different than, I mean, there are people that fall for every like itinerant preacher who like wanders into town with a new like holy book. That happens.
It's the same story. I mean, they've been teaching these lessons since 1880s. Like, it's just like, whatever fucking, what was the snake venom oil, right?
Yeah.
What's the famous example?
The fucking snake, the medicine show.
Yeah.
Where they sell snake oil.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, come on down, we'll fucking fix you right up. And it's just fucking, I don't know, denatured rattlesnake venom or some
this,
horseshit.
the alkaline water, all that stuff. It's just
bee stings for your bee sting
is
therapy.
Is that true? I can't. Is it like if you drink alkaline water, there's like cancer cells can't grow in you?
That's not true.
There's no way that's true.
No, it's the equivalent of putting like 1/50th of a Tums in every glass of water you drink.
Yeah.
It's like,
so
it's
stupid,
just,
right?
it's silly. It's like literally alkaline water is like a meme. And honestly, if you drink regular water and then you switch to alkaline water, there is a bit of an adjustment period where your body is learning how to hydrate itself with alkaline water. And so you just kind of feel dehydrated and shitty.
Yeah. That's why I drink Fiji. I feel bougie. You know what I mean? It's just Fiji, the best taste. Fiji used to taste better. That's my theory.
Really?
Yeah.
You think things are going awry? They're getting to the bottom of the well?
I bet like Aquafina. Now, who owns Aquafina? I think Pepsi owns Aquafina.
Mm-hmm.
Pepsi bought Fiji. I'm joking. It'd be funny though. Pepsi bought Fiji and was just like, we're gonna make it tap water.
That's kind of our move. I do love that.
Dasani doesn't taste any different from anything else, by the way.
That's horseshit. Dasani tastes terrible.
No.
Dasani has all these. You're just one of these people that can't taste the difference in tap water, or sorry, the difference in bottled water.
True.
And I'll fight to the bitter fucking end that Dasani, the minerals that they've selected, it's bad. It's bad minerals. They have distilled water, and then they go back and they add shit to it.
Yeah.
I've watched so much Dasani content. I bought into it. That's another grift, is like hating shit.
They say minerals, but it's just salt. That's all they're adding, right?
It's like, no, it's a bunch of like weird, it's like magnesium sulfide and blah, 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 blah. I mean, it's really just like minor things, but it just winds up, to me, Dasani tastes like pool water. I don't know.
Possibly, I don't know. Last time, like, my girlfriend drinks, like, the Ice Mountain water.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't like it.
Well, we're at the 47-minute mark.
That was an episode. We're going to go see Killers of the Flower Moon. Maybe we'll do an episode. I'm off Sunday.
Yeah, we could do that.
We can do a review.
That'd be nice.
Does Emmett want to come? This is a post-podcast question.
Yeah, no. Yeah, he'll be here in, like, 15 minutes, so we can just ask him.
Just ask him. I'll be a bitch.
Yeah. Be like, hey, do you want to
just gaslight him into coming?
Well, there's a good chance you might not want to drop $25 on it.
It's 16.
Oh, it's 16.
Yeah, but I had to use fucking Fandango, which they tax you an extra $6. So basically, it was like it's near $60.
Is it? Here, wait. Let me ask a question. Ed, we're back. I love the pause button on this. I feel like I can be nefarious.
Yeah, we were discussing which IMAX we're going.
I think.
Which I think it's good that we're seeing it in IMAX.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? We should.
The best chairs.
Definitely, far and away. And I love that you don't notice that you're looking almost completely up.
Yeah.
But fucking, we should mention we just launched the KillPodcasters website.
Oh, please visit it.
KillPodcasters.com.
Does it have a message thing for us?
What was that?
A way for them to message us through the website?
No, I mean, still hit us up through like Twitter. I mean, I have an email. You can reach me at tanner@killpodcasters.com. We can get you a Seth at killpodcasters.com.
Yeah, we'll get me one. Yeah. If not, at Dare Holland Trip, enjoy me reposting shitty content.
Yeah.
According to my girlfriend.
Are you a retweet guy? Is that why you're never in my feed?
What's funny is I'll retweet something and then you'll be like, you'll send it to me. I'll be like, I retweeted. or at least I'll like it. I think
Yeah.
I'll like something, it'll show up in your feed.
I think that's how it works too. Because I know like I'll like something. Sometimes I'm like, man, I'm making someone's feed too gay, and they'll know it's me. They're gonna unfollow me. I'm making. But anyways, KillPodcasters.com. We're trying out like a membership thing for premium content. I'd say.
Oh, this is technically the release of potential merch.
Yeah, didn't we cover that on?
No, the episode got.
Oh yeah, it got scrapped. Fuck,
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Shit. Yeah, so we have some merch that's not for sale yet anywhere, but we could make it for sale.
Yeah, if you guys
I
like
mean,
it.
We got the new website. We could just throw it up there.
Yeah, we'll throw it up there.
God, fun. All right, so just check out KillPodcasters.com. I don't know. We'll post every new episode of every show on the network there.
Yeah, and maybe we'll start doing like a website exclusive.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do like a 30-minute episode that's more edgy. That's just on the website.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, got to make that subscription worth it.
Yeah.
And then I have to talk, a fella out of Patreon, out of his steady Patreon money. I have to be like, cut that shit out, and come pimp your product here.
Come pimp your alien dick here.
Come pimp my alien dick.
I'm Young Dolph.
I'm Young Dolph. Yo, man. Did he get shot in a funny way or a sad way? Sad, right?
It was very sad.
Yeah, okay.
It was like outside of a gas station.
Man,
In Memphis. Why'd you move out, dude?
why do rappers
Why
love...
are they always down by teenagers also?
Well, here's what I want to know. Because teenagers do all the moving in the gang. We do all the moving around. But let me ask you. I completely lost my fucking train of thought. Because you threw me off with that question. Because I was thinking the same thing about Quavo when he got shot in a bowling alley. I'm like, why are you in a bowling alley?
It was like outside.
Oh, I remember. Yeah, why are rappers always giving away their exact location? Like, I was listening to that first Bone Thugs and Harmony album, and they're like, East 99's where you catch me slanging that yayo, baby. And it's like, and then they're like, yeah, we mean Cleveland. It's like, what? What?
Outside 44th Street with a 9, come at me.
That shit is so funny. Like, and then it's like, you're surprised when it escalates to violence. And you know what? There's really, like, fucked up shit that, like, local rappers have put in their songs. Like, just, like, straight up, like, admitting to murder. Which would be really funny to go through on the show sometime.
Oh, yeah. Because, like, there's memes of it. So there has to be, like, countless SoundCloud rappers just snitching on themselves.
Well, it's like that
Isn't that what's the famous from our high school? Is it Bobby Shmurda? The hot, I can't say the title of the song.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's that song where he's snitching on himself and 9 other people in order of indictment.
No, they're literally like, he's the one who got that with the dot.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, literally, and the prosecutor's just like, oh, hey, cool.
Yeah.
Hey, that's what we're connecting.
Oh, that guy named Loke had that thing on him? Okay, gotcha. But, or dude, I don't know. I think it's really fucking funny, actually. Like...
There was that, like, because Young Thug's in court, right? And it was like, there was like a petition that these rappers were trying to sign that you should not prosecute us over our rap lyrics. And it's like, no, you should definitely be able to, actually.
It's honestly, like, it'd be weird if you didn't. It's
it'd be very weird.
It's like if there was, like, this, like, child sex cult, and they had a book that they used, and they're like, no, you can't. That's just a religious text, man. You can't look at our child sex cult manual and say that we're doing that stuff. Yes, we run a child sex cult, but we're not doing any of the stuff we talk about in those books.
No.
It's like, what I want to know is why or how much longer is that lifestyle going to be appealing? Because there was a point in time where people were like, they didn't want to be Al Capone anymore. They just wanted to get a fucking job. And so I wonder, like, when people are going to be like...
It was probably the crypto shit, right? Like, teenagers wanted to make money on crypto
while
listening to rap music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people... That's why a lot of people just, like, passively absorb rap culture and just kind of, like, laugh at it. There's I think the contingency of people that, like, take it seriously is
No, that's
very
why I love
small.
Young Dolph.
Yeah.
Because like it's like
He's
his
silly.
lyrics are like so they're like it's tongue in cheek, but like I don't think he's a genius. But literally, he's just like rapping, and it's just so funny to hear how he's like connecting bars. Like it's just like repeatedly telling you that he's fucking your woman. Like that's most of the song, like in 100 shots.
Yeah.
How'd you fucking miss a whole 100 shots? By the way, I fucked your bitch. I came out with 6 bitches. My uncle said that's pimping. That's a legit bar.
Maybe we try too hard.
Yeah, maybe.
You know, I don't.
That's why Riff Raff's fun.
Yeah, Riff Raff is well, and Riff Raff, his live component is exactly how Hannibal Buress described it.
Yeah.
And it has been, his live show has been unchanged for like 12 years. He comes out and he plays his songs, not instrumentals, his full song, and will occasionally do ad libs, but most of the time he's just vibing.
That's fun.
It's just like, and then he's pouring beer on the audience. That happens a lot. His hype man is normally,
All right, so we know if we go see Riff Raff, we gotta be in the middle.
yeah, definitely be in the middle. And I don't know, I got like the flu from a girl there once. Like I made out with a girl, and then I don't know, I was literally like 14, so I made out with another 14-year-old, and then 5-10 minutes later, I see her vomit and cover the entire back floor of this venue, and I'm like, oh no, and then I just get the flu.
It's
What you'd expect from a Riff Raff concert.
at least I'm still happy we saw OF back in the day.
Yeah, no, that was really cool. We saw Odd Future at the Vic Theater in Chicago.
I remember like watching that teenage boy chug half a bottle of Captain and then start pissing. I remember I was like looking at him, and he's just like, he like for some reason I always attract the weirdos, so they want to let me know what they're doing. Like I don't know why I attract these type of people, but he like nudged me. He's like, look what I'm doing. He's like pissing, and then the black guy literally like who he was pissing on like shoved it. It's like, can't be pissing on somebody. I think about
just
it.
pissing on a guy.
Yes.
That's
Just
insane.
pissing on the floor that was hitting the guy.
Oh, my
Some very tall African American gentleman.
I think that's the show where I figured out how to dance with strange women at concerts.
Yeah.
Like, just do that, you know.
Because I was grinding on somebody, and
Grinding was such a weird thing. I feel like I did most of my grinding was like 6th grade through like 9th grade, and then there's a pretty big drop off, and then like I started going to clubs later, and then the grinding came back.
Yeah.
Gosh, I guess you have to
Because
go where
like
the grinding
now,
is.
it's to me like at this age, it's like silly to grind. It's
Yeah.
like, what are you, fucking 12?
Yeah, I would much rather be in a quiet place where I can be like, would you like to go have sex? Can we leave? Can we leave? That's my move. Can we leave?
Can we go? Can we go somewhere?
I'm tired.
Fucking, I don't know, fucking. Can we pause real quick?
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead. I don't remember doing that at all. That's so
this
mean.
Girl was like,
Holy
there's like a
shit.
girl that like we both looked at that was like going down the line. That was like just like whoever will touch her, please touch me. She was just on some type of psychedelics. She was way over our age, like, and she just like came by us, and she was out of it, and she just like had her purse on and was like grinding on me, and you just like poked me, and you were like dumped her purse all over the fucking floor. I don't remember doing that at all. That's so mean. We were very much young teenagers.
Yeah, but not under the influence of anything.
No, we were dead sober.
Oh my god.
Around very intoxicated people. I mean, we were on nicotine. I think I brought a pack of Pall Malls with us.
Yeah. No, yeah. And I don't think I'd really smoked cigarettes yet. Because I was like, man, I can't believe Seth is smoking.
I think we shared one. I can't remember.
It's been
so
a long time.
ago.
Yeah.
It's been over 10 years.
But it was really weird that, like, literally the second I stopped giving a shit about Odd Futures when he became relevant, I was like, yeah, this looks like it's on its way out, not going anywhere interesting.
Yeah. And then Tyler actually did something.
Yeah.
Which we all thought Frank Ocean would have done after the Blonde album.
Yeah. Well, which was...
It's the one where he's like doing this.
No. What did Tyler do?
Just be very creative.
Oh yeah,
make actually
big
like
high
interesting
output.
music. Yeah,
Yeah, it's like what is it? What does Frank Ocean just sit on his money all day?
I think so.
Probably.
I mean, he might have released something recently, but I mean, is it Channel Orange?
Yeah.
Channel Orange
Into
and
the mic.
Blonde are like.
Into the mic.
Channel Orange and Blonde are probably the two like every white girl albums, and most gay guys album, right?
Yeah. Well, and you can tell a lot of it's.
Dude, Channel Orange sounds like shit. I was like listening to that. What is it? The Tornado Flew Around My Room song. And it's like, this does not sound good.
A lot of it was blog buzz. Like so much of that shit was like blog buzz, and then 4 years of Frank Ocean being the only R&B artist that white people could name or think to put on. So like.
Oh yeah, because it was a big deal because we watched him on SNL.
Yeah.
When we saw him at the Vic, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
Hotel,
like Frank Ocean wasn't there that night because he was on Saturday Night Live, and then we went. And we saw him on. Was it Letterman? Was it Letterman or Saturday Night Live? It was Saturday night.
It might have been Saturday Night Live
I remember
or
the
Letterman.
I remember the headband. I remember a lot about that performance. There's very few standout SNL performances. The first one I really remember is when Lana Del Rey debuted.
Oh yeah,
it was such a fucking train wreck, dude. That was glorious.
Dude, she is the best worst person ever.
She's such a non-entity. Like, isn't her whole thing like not having a fucking personality? Like, I don't.
Yeah, she's like a rich white trash person. Like literally, she like loves the white trash.
She just likes to go like hang out in like the Golden Coast, Alabama.
Dude, she was just at a she was like
vacation
for fun. She was just working at a Waffle House.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
that seems nice.
And people got all upset because they're like, she got fat. I'm like, she got thick. Honestly, I'd fuck thicker long though. Right? That's just me though. I like them thick and weird.
I think it's weird that she's been 33 for as long as she has.
Yeah, I know. What's the album? It's that album that she's making fun. Like it's like American Gothic.
Oh God, I don't know.
So that the name brand album that like critics hated when it came out, but it's like such a staple now for how like a lot of that trend of music works. It's because of that album specifically.
Dude, I've never heard a Lana Del Rey song that wasn't the most boring thing I had decided to click on in a given amount of time. Like it was just like, wow, I want to.
I think like there's one or two. I thought the song like "My Pussy Tastes Like Pepsi Cola," but like you think that's gonna be funny, and then you listen to it, and it's like, "My pussy tastes like Pepsi Cola," na, na, na. And it's like, what the fuck? I don't know. It's like boring. But it doesn't speak to me, but it clearly speaks to other people. Music is subjective.
I can see how you could put on something moody like that and feel like really cool about it.
Because it's like moody with like absurd lyrics.
So like, I don't know, when I want to feel cool and drive around and shit, I put on like Twin Peaks music. I put on like Angelo Badalamenti.
That rules.
Yeah.
That's cool as shit.
It sets the tone really well. Yeah. And so I can see like if you just want to like, I don't know, be in a cool headspace, you don't necessarily care about the content of the lyrics.
No.
Lana works. It's like listening, I don't know, it's like listening to like black metal for me. It's like the lyrics don't really matter that much.
No. But I like the vibe of it, right? That's what it's like. Old Death Grips is cool. I still love that one album with the balloons.
The fucking Money Store?
No, it's basically the sequel to the Money Store, Bottomless Pit.
Yeah,
that's still my favorite album.
I feel like I have your copy of that on vinyl.
You do? Yeah. I probably gave it to you.
Yeah,
it's a good one to have. I think it's like the best of what Death Grips can be. I think it's like more. It's just like coherent Death Grips.
Yeah, it is nice to hear them. I don't know, just kind of expand on their songwriting because it was kind of cool to hear them do verse chorus for a little while, but like it was nice to I don't know because like I mean like the song Hothead on Bottomless Pit, Hothead, it's so funny. I played that for my girlfriend and just like watched her like lose a percentage of what she likes about me. Like, just go away. Hey, we should wrap up because Emmett's about to be here, but
see ya.
See you guys.
Next episode will be Killers of the Flower Moon review.
Yeah.
Yeah.